Hello, how are you? In this video, I will be doing the best tutorial you will ever have seen in your entire life. Nothing will be better than this. The irony in my voice. No, but seriously, I will be doing a tutorial of some kind. You try and follow me, okay? I'm not the best at explaining myself. Actually, I'm not good at all, but I will try because this is something that I've been meaning to do for years now. Years! And I haven't done it until now. So, if you follow me for like, I don't know, since ever, since I started actually, my old account that is now lost in time that I will not talk about, you will know that I actually do these things, these sketches a lot more than other types of drawings, a lot more than traditional drawings. That is, I mean, that I post. In general, I do more sketches than anything, but yeah. So, I do these traditional sketches a lot. You ask me, what is a traditional sketch? I don't know how you would not know this, but it's the mix of traditional and digital mediums. So, as you see, I'm doing a sketch. I've been into, I mentioned this before in the last video, I think, that I've been doing these sketches a lot where I take a pose from Pinterest. That's like those base arts thingies, references. You know, the ones where artists make a base for others to either use, some do it to pay, they do your character here. Some others do just for you to draw your character's ass, stuff like that. I use those as references because I'm lazy and pictures I have not been hitting the same way they used to, so I just do those because they're cute, they're funny. And this picture, jellyfish hugging, Selena crying, just being like, oh, I missed you so much, I needed this, and Selena's like, oh, okay, sure. So I will be doing this traditionally, the sketch itself, which would be the line art. I do it with a light pencil first because this brand, Bic, I don't know where this brand is from. I don't know if it's a... Back in the day, I actually went after it. My memory tells me that it's either Brazilian or Portuguese. I don't know why. Take everything I say with a grain of salt because I don't know anything that's going on, but yeah, I don't know. This pencil, HB, very light. It has no graphite. It's very light. You can put as much pressure as you want on it. It will still stay light. So I use this mechanical pencil of mine because it's a lot thinner as well, and I don't know, the lead I use is just really dark, so it works really well for line art, that is. I do these. I try to be as clean as I can. I don't like pressure myself. No, I have to be as clean as possible or anything because it's just a sketch, right? I just want it to be clear so that I understand what's going on. Yeah, I do that, and then you will take a picture as bright as possible, as clear as possible. I do some things. I try to change the exposure and contrast and saturation just to make it a lot more clear and understandable, and then you will put that onto your computer or your phone itself. I do use my phone sometimes. If the picture is not as great as you would want it to be, as you can see, I use I have again, after I lost my brushes, right, I made myself a new pencil brush because I like to clean up my sketches a bit. For example, some lines are a bit too apparent because my eraser, Little Robert, was not as good. Little Robert is my dinosaur eraser, and we all should acknowledge him and respect him because he is great and very long. So he did not erase as well because the lead is very dark, as I mentioned before, but yeah, so we will clean it up, make it a bit darker, and now you will see, you go onto your little thing, put the picture onto multiply mode because that will make it like, I don't know, transparent and dark, and you will make a new layer, put it below the multiply layer, And then you can go ham on it, you go crazy. I like to put my base colors first. I do it on one layer. I know some people don't do that and they're like, oh, why would you do that? I just use a purple shade because I am so used to using purple that I will use purple. I painted in their silhouette with a purple base. After that, we will put... it's complicated, okay? Look, you can do these on different layers, of course. Like, you can put your one character, color them in, like, in one layer, and then the other one. This doesn't really matter, I just do it this way. I put my base color, like, paint in their silhouette, then I lock the alpha mode so that I can only color in where I painted before, and then I start coloring in their colors, like their base colors, right? So I paint in the skin first because that's the biggest thing that shows, right? The biggest color in the picture would be their skin, because I don't know, they're just half naked all the time. I don't know why. Like, Selena wears a dress most of the time, but she has hair so long that it almost reaches the floor. Selena is also like 6 foot tall, so imagine the size of that hair. Around 6 foot tall. I don't give an exact measure. She's like 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1". I don't know. She's very tall. So I paint in the skin, then I paint in the hair. I fix some stuff up, right? If I don't like it, I don't have to follow the exact lines. I can just go in afterwards and erase a line that I didn't like in the layer, just grabbing the white of the paper and using my pencil brush, because it has a paper and pencil texture, so it's very easy to disguise, especially if you have a clear picture. So it's just plain old white, right? So it's easy to manipulate the picture and do it as you want. I try to be very loose with this. In this instance specifically, I did do it a lot more detailed than I usually do these, just because, I don't know, I just wanted to. I needed something to look good after losing all my brushes. Oh, so disappointing. Never mess with OneDrive. Actually, mess with OneDrive. Kill them. I don't know. I'm fucking tired of OneDrive. My god. But I won't get into that. After, like, I don't like manipulating layers. That's why I do everything on one layer. Plus, I don't know. Actually, I could say, like, I don't mix or I don't use different colors to shade and paint and do whatever, but I used to. In fact, I have old, like, time lapses and speed paints where I'm painting Little Miss Future, I think, which was the era where I used, like, different colors to shade and do whatever. It was very colorful because Who Am I to Love You? Little Miss Future is very colorful. But I don't do that anymore because I don't have time. So I just put another layer on top of my base colors and put it on to multiply and use a light purple to shade it all in because I'm lazy. The lazy artist uses purple to shade. I can't deny it, okay? I can't deny it. I have accepted my fate. That's how things are. I do that, right? I try. A mistake I made here was zooming in. Don't zoom in as much as I did when you are putting base shadows, like when you're trying to figure out where the light comes from. Don't zoom in, because I got lost in the details very early on, and I wasn't supposed to do that. I was just supposed to put in the base shadows so that I know where the light comes from, and like I shape the figures, right? So the light is coming from above, you will see later on. I just knew that I wanted it from above. I didn't even know what I was going to do with the background. Like these, sometimes I put in a background, sometimes I don't. But in this case I will later on because I just decided to. So I was like, okay, let's just say they're outside and so the sun is above your head and shining down on you. So I knew that the light was going to come from above. I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak. For some reason. Because I'm stupid, that's the reason. So I got lost, but I was just supposed to put in that, and then I put another layer on top of that, put on to multiply again, and then I put in the details. Like I try to divide the hair like I'm doing right here, even though I'm not supposed to. I put in like the clothing folds and define more the shapes and their figures and whatnot, and just intensify the shadows and the shape of their figure, right? And then after that I will put in an overlay and do lighting, but I guess we're far from that, so I don't even know what I'm going to say now, which means that I will get lost talking about whatever. I have a really nice Coke beside me and it looks so nice, and I can't drink it because I have to talk, but I liked it. I like this. I like doing this. I'm very happy doing this. You know why I wanted to make this tutorial? Because I want people to make more of these. These drawings are so cool. I know some artists do it. From the top of my head, Lord Gris or Lord Grease. I don't know how their username is pronounced, but they do it as well. I love their art so much. They've been like such a huge inspiration for me since forever. Nowadays I don't reference their art as much as I used to, like back in 2021, but like I love them, and I cannot deny that their art has impacted my journey tremendously. I love their art so much, and I want to buy their art book so bad. If you can, buy it. I recommend it. I don't even have it and I recommend it. I just love their art so much. And they also do these. Oh, I love these so much. I need people to do more of them. They're so fun and they're so easy. I usually make these like super fast. I do them on my phone for you to have an idea. With my finger, I just take a picture, edit it a bit to make it clearer and have a lot more contrast and be like more visible. Just go into Ibis Paint, put them onto the multiply layer and just color underneath and you're done, you have it. It's really quick, I do it in like 30 minutes or less. This one I took a bit more because I wanted it to be more detailed, but these are so fun. I need people to do them. Y'all need to join me, please. Here I'm intensifying the shadows more, defining their shapes and adding some details to the hair, for example. You know, something that I've been doing a lot is defining their cheekbones. I define cheekbones a lot. I don't know why. I mean, Selena is very skinny after she comes back from the dead, right? She was kind of malnourishing in the middle of the forest, so I mean, that makes sense for her to be like that. My male characters, I define a lot the cheekbones just because I just want them to have that one chiseled cheeks and the jawline, and you know, they're mewing at you or however young people say nowadays to that. You know that one guy from that one meme? I don't even know how I'm going to find that picture, but that one guy from that one meme that, except Saf, the president, he's just skinny guy. He needs help. I don't know. Oh god, give me a moment. I have to think of something. There must be something, right? There must be something. Like, this tutorial is great. Someone should congratulate me. I am doing so well at tutorialing. I feel like I've talked so much at the beginning that now I don't have anything to talk about. Why did I do this to myself? I have no idea. Another thing, I like to put in like my mechanical pencil in the picture so that it's like, this is a traditional drawing, but also not really. I will put in another layer in overlay mode. Use the airbrush to like brush some yellow and light and from above, below, especially on the parts that I left out as like the light part of the shadows, you know, that part. For example, her shoulder or her nose and stuff, the head. And then I will put another layer of that on top and put it onto overlay and use the same yellow to actually like put in highlights. So I'll highlight the hair. I will highlight the hair so that you can see the hair parting of Jellish. That's something I really like to do. Highlight his burns because he needs to suffer and you need to see it, and just stuff like that. Something that I didn't record was me going in afterwards, putting another layer on top of the whole picture, like on top of everything, on top of the picture that I took of the sketch of them. and I just use my thin brush on using like a white color, which isn't really a color, but we won't get into that. And then I like actually highlight the whole thing and try to separate certain parts that get a bit lost in the shadows and whatnot, just so that there is a bit of definition to everything. Another thing that you saw was me putting another overlay mode and using like a light blue and putting it in the shadows, because the sky reflects onto things and that's very cool, especially shadows. And I use also purple just because. I also add in a layer in multiply mode and add a bit of blush, like a light orange, and also another one on top of that in overlay mode just to show the actual blush. In the background, I use a painterly brush using an orange just so that I can put in this picture and clip it to the orange and mess around with the brightness and stuff so that's more apparent and more saturated. And then I add the same thing to them, put it onto multiply so that they blend in a bit more with the sky itself, and that's very cool. So now they fit into their background, and this is the finished result. And this is how I do these. And yes, I am as confused doing these as I am in my videos, so I hope you have a nice day and night, and I can finally drink my Coke. Hope to see you next time. Bye. Why do I wave at you? You don't see me. I do this every time.